So, you load up into a match of Halo. You spawn with, or find, the famous battle rifle. That smooth scope, black frame, digital ammo counter, and bursting fire rate all feel great. You decide to use the scope to get a better look at the enemy off in the distance. And then you take damage, and suddenly you're back to hip firing. You try to use that scope once more, but again, upon taking damage, that weapon is lowered, and you die. What happened? Well, my dear, sweet, naive little truffle, that was called Descope. Since Halo 1, Descope has been a permanent part of the Halo series' mechanical design. Even Halo 5, a game that ditched Halo's typical scope system for aiming down the sights, opted to keep Descope as a mechanic rather than use the typical view flinch we see in most games that have ADS. Back when Halo Infinite launched, there was this massive influx of players who had never played a Halo game before, and I remember reading a lot of comments and complaints about why certain weapons would knock them out of their scope when they took damage. Well, that inspired the video you're watching right now. What is Descope? And why does Halo keep it, despite it being a confusing mechanic for new players? To start off with, Halo is a game with a pretty long time to kill due to the shield mechanic. You need to pop the enemy shield before you're able to land a headshot to secure the kill, or punch them in the face, or throw a grenade, or run them over with a car. That means that each individual gunfight lasts just long enough for micro-strategies to occur. Let's say you and an enemy get into a gunfight with battle rifles, and you get knocked out of your zoom. Well, getting your zoom back up on the enemy is a lot more difficult, and if that player is able to maintain their scope and keep you trapped in hip-firing mode, they're probably going to win the gunfight. But let's think about another possibility. What if you are a skilled player? With enough practice, it's possible that you can just get that lucky shot in, descope the enemy, bring your own scope back up, and before you know it, you've reversed the tide of battle. Descope allows for ways that a player can outsmart and reverse gunfights in ways that really just aren't present in other shooters. Now, what's nice about Descope is it can also assist lower-level players in staying alive. Let's say the enemy has a sniper rifle, and you have, at the moment, something that has a lot less range. You don't need to kill the sniper to get them off your back. Keep landing shots, and that sniper will never be able to stay in their scope long enough to get any kills, and will eventually be forced to retreat or to find a new sniping position, giving you enough time to make your way across the map to their hideout to finish them off, or get yourself somewhere where the sniper isn't a problem anymore. Descope offers a lot of different ways to approach a situation like this, and what's interesting is Descope also then forces sniper players to become smarter in picking good spots where they're less likely to be spotted and descoped, increasing their skill level and acting as a teaching tool. So Descope may seem annoying initially. Why can't you just stay scoped in all the time? Why can't it be more like Call of Duty or Apex Legends? Well, a lot of these micro moments of teaching, learning, and encouraging smarter ways of play would simply be lost if you remove Descope from Halo. Why would the sniper need to be fearful of suppressive fire, encouraging them to find less visible sniper perches and becoming a better sniper? Where would those epic moments of reversal, when a player is able to keep the enemy descoped just long enough to save themselves from certain death? How would any ranged weapon in Halo be prevented from dominating a match if it can't be suppressed? Descope is as much a training tool for players as it is a mechanic. Without Descope, Halo would be a simpler game. The gameplay itself would have less skill involved, and the players themselves would be a lot dumber. Halo would have less interesting moment-to-moment gameplay if it weren't for Descope. Descope trains Halo players to be more creative and thoughtful during each encounter. So next time you pick up a scoped weapon in Halo, whether it be a battle rifle, magnum, DMR, sniper, carbine, etc., keep in mind Descope. It's a weakness your gun has for sure, but other scoped players have that weakness as well, and that weakness is now your strength. Now get out there, improve your skills at the game. And please, for the love of God, get in the Warthog when I'm honking the